Hi everybody, this is AJ with the Horizon Driving School with another test route for Hartlepool. This one is our number 6. Now this actual one is an actual test, hence the dash cam footage. So we're going to be heading out of the test centre gates and we're going to be going straight ahead. Now there's a little bit of a dog leg here. As you can see, it's pretty much straight ahead. So we're going to be heading down the road, heading towards Tesco's. And now we're heading towards the roundabout, where we're going to be going second exit straight ahead. Again, note that we've got faded road markings. Remember, keep over to the left if you're going straight ahead and keep over to the right if you're turning right. At the next roundabout, then we're going to be turning right, sorry. It's going to be third exit. Now, I've mentioned before on previous videos that examiners can change the route. Now, in this particular instance, the GPS has had a bit of a wobble and the examiner has made a decision that they're going to pull into a car park and sort out the sat-nav. However, he did say to do a forward bay park, and that would be his manoeuvre. So we're heading towards the car park that's on our left-hand side. It is quite tight to get in, especially when we have this van parked where it is. As you can see there, he's given way to pedestrians so they're able to cross. And then he's got quite a tight turn to get in, and he's going to do a forward bay park. And as already mentioned, this was being classed as his manoeuvre. So the way I instruct all of my students is when they're reversing back out of the bay, you only really want to reverse enough so that you can get the front of your car out. That way you should avoid any vehicle that is behind you. So we're now back on track, back onto the test route, and at the junction we're going to be turning left. Again, giving way to the pedestrians, allowing them to cross. Note the speed change down to 20 miles an hour. As we can see there, nice clearance. We didn't have a great deal of space, so we slowed it down. And this is one of the few times where my student has been pulled up on the left. This is to make sure that you can stop safely and move away safely at the side from the side of the road. Remember, all observations need to be carried out when moving off. Okay, so we started to move there just before the other car did. However, you notice that he didn't go racing away. He controlled his speed, allowed the other vehicle to get out of the way, and then continued safely. Now, do remember, coming down this road, there's lots of parked cars. And again, that phrase we like to use, less space, less speed. If you're coming along with another vehicle, you need to slow it down. So we're looking right the way into the distance and we can see a zebra crossing coming up. Make sure you check either side to see if anybody is coming towards you. So do remember that the rules have changed a couple of years ago, and that is that if anybody is heading towards the crossing, you should be slowing down, ready to stop. They no longer need to put one foot onto the crossing to get you to stop. This is also the rule which accompanied it, was pedestrians at junctions. If a pedestrian is waiting at a junction, then they have the priority to cross. Again, turning right, we have another speed change, 20 miles an hour. Now my student has been pulled up behind the blue car and is going to be doing a angled start. If you don't do a parallel park, you will be asked to do an angled start. Remember, when doing the angle start, you need to make sure you can see what's coming in the opposite direction, because most of the time the front of your car will head out onto the opposite side of the road. Again, noting the speed change there, down to back up to 30 miles an hour. And at the end of the road, we're going to be turning right. If you are the first vehicle, do take note that there are keep clear markings and we should be keeping clear of them. So you can see we got the amber light as we went through, however we were already committed. So we've continued. So at the roundabout, we're going to go second exit straight ahead. And now we're going to continue for some distance now, continuing straight ahead. So as we've done before, we're turning left at the traffic lights. Remember, sometimes these are on red and you'll get the green arrow to say that you can go. So at the roundabout coming up, we are going to be turning first exit left. And straight across at the next mini roundabout. However, remember, do avoid that white paint in the middle. Also note in the speed change, it's 20 miles an hour when the lights are flashing. The lights were flashing, so we are on 20 miles an hour. Other times it would be normal speed limit, 30 miles an hour. Now we're going to be taking the next turning on the right. As you can see, my student has been pulled over once again. Now, I know that at this point, they are discussing that they're going to do an emergency stop. Now, also, I can see that this is a perfect opportunity for a hill start. So the examiner now will be going through what is going to happen on the emergency stop, explaining that they will take care of the observations, and when they raise their hand and shout stop, that is when they are to apply the brake. So try and continue as normal. Try not to anticipate the stop coming. And there we go, we can see a perfect emergency stop. Don't forget to apply the handbrake and into neutral. You will then be told to continue. Remember, observations before you move off. So at the traffic lights, we're going to be continuing straight ahead. Again, we have a keep clear there, but there is enough space beyond it to get at least one vehicle. At the junction, we're going to be taking the turn left. As you can see on this video, then the rain is coming down. Don't be afraid to switch your wipers on. Remember, you're the one that's driving the car. You're the one that's in charge of the car. If you need the wipers on, then put them on. If you need to wash the front windscreen, wash the front windscreen. It's up to you. You are the driver. Again, another sign there saying it's 20 when the lights flash. This time they're not flashing, so therefore it's 30 miles an hour as per usual. So we've got the traffic cam in there saying that we've got to give way to oncoming traffic. Now we had a good view from there and we're able to stop nice and steady and let the other vehicle come through. So as we approach roundabout, we're going to be heading towards the town centre, which is third exit. And at the next roundabout, then we're going to be taking the first exit left. So as we come up to the traffic lights, then we're going to be taking the next road on the right. And again, at the end of the road, we are going to be turning right. As we can see at most of the junctions, my student has approached with good visibility, has been able to make a decision because they're travelling at an appropriate speed, allowing them time to look and see what's going on and making that early decision whether they're going to stop, slow down or continue. If you rush into junctions, it's all going to go wrong. Slow yourself down as you come up to the junctions and give yourself time. And as you see here again, one more time, we're being pulled up on the left-hand side. And again, this is to check that you're moving off safely. And as you can see there, we looked ahead, we could see there was parked vehicles on the opposite side of the road and a large vehicle coming through. So we made the decision to wait for them to come past. And again, looking either side of the crossing to ensure that there's nobody approaching the crossing that may want to cross. And as we come around the bend, we're going to be turning right at the junction. Heading back in towards the town centre. As we can say, we've got quite lucky there with the green light. Do remember, it is a myth. If it's on red, you need to stop. Just because it's temporary lights does not mean to say you can continue. So again, at the roundabout, we're still heading straight ahead, second exit towards town centre. And again, one more time at this next roundabout, we're heading straight ahead. Note the speed change back down to 30 miles an hour. And we're taking the left turn. So heading down now past the marina, we know we're on our way back in towards the test centre. However, remember, the test is not over until you're into the test centre, handbrake applied, in neutral and engine switched off. So we're taking the next road on the right. And then we're taking the road to the left. Now, if you have a look, there is no traffic light to our left-hand side, so therefore the traffic lights don't apply to us. It is give way markings. My student did pick up a fault for this. However, in his defence, the give way sign is also missing. This is something that my student commented on to the examiner when we got back to the test centre and understood fully why he got the fault. So remember, when turning right into the test centre, there is a filter lane for you to get into. Make sure you use the box completely. Don't leave your back end hanging out. And as you come round, you're observing what's going on in front of you, and you're able to make that turn straight away in this instance. And then obviously we're going to be turning left back into the test centre. And there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that test route. Again, remember that we're not trying to learn the test routes. You just want to become familiar with the areas. Any questions, leave them in comments below.